Hello, guys.
Hi.
Hello, world.
How's it going?
Going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a minute. We're a little late on this, but life happens. Life gets busy.
Life just happened. Yes, we normally record Saturdays. That was the
Mm-hmm.
plan, but today is Sunday morning. So when you're seeing this, we
Who
actually
dey?
recorded the same day. So
Fucking
here we are.
go Bengals.
Yeah. No. I don't hate the Bengals, but
The Bengals are a great team, and I've been rooting for them since I got out of college and came back here, and I will still be rooting for them, and indefinitely until then. Yeah, pretty much.
yeah. Go Packers.
Go Packers. Oh, did you hear about Aaron Rodgers?
Dude, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, his first game is
That's
playing against the Jets and fucking tears his Achilles tendon, dude.
yeah.
Ooh.
Freaking fourth play, man. What a worse way to go.
I know.
That's like the worst possible thing. All the hype, all the talk, just for you to.
I can't possibly
guy.
think of a worse way to go. I don't think.
No. It's
He probably
bad.
doesn't play again, right? Like he's probably done, right? There's no way.
I would think so.
There's no way he's old enough to be able to recover from that very quickly, or
Yeah.
even enough to like matter to bring back into.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. How long was the contract, do you know?
I don't know how. I actually do not know how long his contract was.
I mean, he still might play. I mean, I think he was planning
I
on
think it was
playing
like
for a bit longer.
5 years. I want to say it was a 5-year contract.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I think they were
Yeah.
gonna do a 5-year.
Fucking
But
crazy,
that's actually a really good way to kind of transition into our topic of discussion today, which is going to be about social media.
Yeah, I mean, I actually had a thing to say about Aaron Rodgers too before we started. I was like, gonna bring up the influence part of it, like
Oh, sure.
just like social media in general. Like the influence is crazy,
Yeah.
and you see someone you like Aaron Rodgers,
Mhm.
obviously, and change to the Jets. Like you didn't like the Jets before, but all of a sudden you might like the Jets now because he's your favorite person. You know, a lot
Yeah.
of people love Aaron Rodgers. So
He's not the best
even
person.
though you don't like, no, he's not. But I mean, even if you don't, some people like him though, right?
Some people, yeah, no, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of people who have a lot of love for him, that guy, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So switch to the Jets, you might like the Jets more. Like that's what social media does, or like and like influence and all the talk behind it. Like everything you see,
Yes.
you're just gonna favor it a little more than you ever would before without it. Like that's just kind of how social media works. The people influencers and people you like and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like what it can do with your opinions and what you like and don't like and stuff.
I agree. No, because like I said, it's like there's a lot of love for Aaron Rodgers, right? It's like,
Yeah.
but I think on the other end of it, people probably don't see it as much, but he's probably not the best like person on the outside, or like outside of football.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna claim that. I don't know the man.
that. We don't know that for sure, but yeah.
No,
I
yeah.
mean, just from what I've seen, obviously, just because of social media,
Just
but,
because of social media.
yeah. I don't know. He doesn't seem like a great dude, but but whatever. You know?
No, I mean, I can't imagine if you make that much money, you can be a good person like anymore.
Is that how it works?
I don't know. I do feel like there's
I don't know.
I feel like there is definitely a choice you have to make where it's like, well, I mean, think about it. If you make $1 million, I'll go above $1 million because a lot of people have $1 million. Like
Yeah.
if you make, I don't know, if you have $15 million net worth, right? I feel like that's a pretty fairly wealthy person. Like they're pretty
Mhm.
good for like generations, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe not nowadays, but I know. But like you take that kind of money and then you get that kind of money and then like what else is there for Aaron Rodgers to get, right? What else can he possibly try to succeed with, right? Like what more can he possibly do to like make his life more enjoyable,
I don't know, maybe a good family or something.
Well, that's the thing, but he obviously didn't choose that route.
Yeah,
So
really.
what was the reasoning behind that? And like why? Like what path did he choose? He probably chose the having fun partying path. That's fine. Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. I love that path actually, but just like I feel like Aaron Rodgers was smart about it, especially like mostly he was pretty quiet on social media. He wasn't like a big personality figurehead,
No, he didn't talk much.
controversially. But then I feel like if you draw attention to yourself, people will dig it. Like
Yeah.
now we live in a world where you can uncover anything nowadays.
Basically.
You
Yeah.
can recover. That's the whole idea of the cancel culture, right? It was to uncover all the shitty things that a bunch of men did in the past, and women, but
Mhm.
mostly men.
Mostly.
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing. That can go forever talking about that.
No, but that's a part of social
Yeah,
media, though, right? It's like that's an
yeah, that's
aspect
true.
of it. Yeah,
That's true. Yeah.
that's true. What were you thinking? What would you like to discuss about social media as well? Because there is a lot to talk about.
Yeah, there's so many aspects. I mean, today's world's ran by it basically,
It
right?
is 100%.
So I think it's more influential than any government or anything. I think it's
I agree with that. Yeah, I think
yeah.
it's definitely like up there with like people. What is it? I think Selena Gomez now has like the most followers on Instagram. It's like I
For real?
personally love. Yeah, she passed or
Oh
maybe Taylor
yeah.
Swift now because of the whole Eras concert. But
Yeah.
um, I mean like 150 million followers on Instagram. Like imagine that.
That's you have a lot of like power in a way, you know.
Imagine that.
Like, you have to be careful with that kind of following and support.
Dude, that's like a third of the United States.
Yeah. What
That's
is the population? I don't even know,
I
dude.
think the
forget.
population's somewhere near 400 million people, but it's like 380 something I think in the United States. That's the last time I checked, and I haven't checked fairly recently,
Yeah.
but
Last time I remember actually knowing the exact amount was like in elementary school.
I know it's just like
Something
there's
else.
377 million people in the world, and the population is rising to 7 billion people. The population hit 7 billion when I was in 8th grade.
Was it really? Holy
Yeah,
shit.
that's when it hit 7 billion, and it just hit 8
That's
billion.
crazy.
So, what is that?
That's growing fast, dude.
Yeah, that's really fast because I was
That's scary.
13 in 8th grade, and I'm 25 now. In 12 years, we've grown 8 billion or 1 billion people. Yeah, that's pretty fast. That's
That's a
exponential.
lot of fucking
Yeah,
people.
and I want to say we're gonna reach 9 in like 2 or 3 years. Or like 5 years,
What?
something like that. Yeah, like we're going exponentially, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a lot of people are tiptoeing around, right? Is like, especially environmentalists and stuff, because there's no way that we could that this Earth is going to be able to hold like eventually
No.
we'll reach a people cap, right?
Yeah.
Because we're a little infection.
We are. That's scary to think about. We're not even talking about social media anymore. But that's scary as fuck.
No, but it's stuff that social media probably isn't talking about enough. Honestly, it's like
That is true. That is true.
social media can be used for good and bad, and I feel like most of the time it's used for bad or entertainment, which isn't inherently bad, but it can be.
Yeah. Go to the
Yeah.
comment section. You might say otherwise. You know.
Oh yeah, might see some hard R's.
I feel like
Well, you know more about it, right? I want to hear more about like what you have to say because you are successful on social media, right? Like, I mean, you know how to do
not
it.
really successful, but I know how to do it. Right.
But you
I
know
I know how
formula.
to market, and yeah, I know when to post, how to post, what to say.
Yeah. But tell me a little bit about
I
that.
mean-
Like, how is like you run Team Factor stuff, and that's
Yeah.
that's pretty intensive. You do a lot of work for them.
Yeah.
What does that look like? And like,
I mean-
how do you think about it?
How do I think about it? Is basically the best marketing is marketing that does not feel like marketing. Right. That's
Oh,
the
yeah,
number
definitely.
one way to market. So.
Mhm.
Basically just being a person but being professional enough to know that like you're a brand.
Yeah.
It gets people just more attached to you more. They like you more. They support you more. Like you're more real. Like you connect to them more. So the way
Yeah.
you can connect to them is just like is once in a while you post. This is like a formula, I guess you can say,
Mhm.
right? So like if you want to grow your Twitter or something like or Instagram, I don't use Instagram, but Twitter for example, you want to post like one video a day, one or two pictures a day.
Mhm.
The rest are just text, right? Like you just want to mix it up, right? So you get all audiences that would like different things. Some things you want to be personal, just about you.
Mhm.
Some things you want to talk about, in the scene you're in, like so esports. You want to talk about esports in some of the tweets.
Mhm.
You want to advertise some of the tweets. People know you exist, right?
Yeah.
Even though Nike is one of the most popular shoes or clothing
Yeah.
brands,
Mhm.
they still market like crazy.
Oh yeah.
Just because the more you see them, the more whatever you're
It
gonna
becomes like a
trust them
common
more.
household name. You know?
Yeah.
That's the
Even though we
cool.
all know Nike, the more you hear it, you're like, oh yeah, Nike. Like you go to a store, you see Nike, like that, you're just more likely to buy it or whatever.
Yeah.
So
It's funny you mentioned Nike
um,
because I just watched the
yeah.
Air documentary.
did you? That's
Yeah,
pretty
the
good.
Air, yeah, the Michael Jordan
Yeah.
one. Yeah, really good.
It's true. I liked it a lot. I think it could have been more to it actually. I feel like they
Yeah,
left a lot out, but it was pretty good.
I agree. Yeah, so you saw it
Yeah, I saw it like right when it came out. I
in
think.
theaters. Yeah, I watched that.
Not
Yeah, I
in
watched it.
theaters on Prime, I think it was.
Oh yeah, I just watched it on Prime too. Yeah, we just probably just
Yeah.
watched it similarly. Yeah.
but anyway,
So
yeah.
have you found that like strategy to work?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's like the only way to do it, man. I mean, you can get popular obviously other ways
Yeah,
and
it's
just
true.
post one thing instead of what I just said. But like, that's just luck. You're not going to really get lucky much. So, yeah, it's just so much, dude. It's hard to put it into words. Like, you kind of just know how to do it.
Yeah, I have a grasp of it, but you definitely have it down to a science.
Yeah, it definitely is a science, 100%. Like posting, you want to post 5 to 7 times a day. That's how much they recommend.
5 to 7,
5 to 7 times a day.
dude. That's a lot of times.
You want your name to be seen over and over.
That's true. Like,
that's
you want to
the
be
thing.
annoying, good or bad,
Yeah.
right? You want to even be like, if people hate
Mhm.
your shit, like they still know who you are, even though they hate it.
Yeah. That's
Hmm.
as long as you keep getting seen, you're gonna more likely grow,
Damn,
no matter what it is.
7 to 8 times a day. That's a lot.
5 to 7, 5 to 7,
5 to 7. 5 to 7 is a
Yeah.
lot to post. I mean, I
It
just
is a
don't.
lot to post.
What is it? Every like 3 hours you post something?
Yeah,
Hmm.
basically.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you also want to spread out your posts like within like at least an hour. I mean, you can post more than 1 or 3 hours, but
Hmm.
you want to wait at least an hour. If you post too much, the algorithm's gonna think you're just spamming, and they're just not gonna send your tweet out.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say also like,
So-
do you ever get shadow banned?
Yeah, I think I was on TikTok for a while.
Yeah, TikToks are really bad about that.
Yeah, I think out of nowhere, I just wasn't getting any views and nothing. I don't know. It was weird.
TikTok specifically has a very bad like problem with that. I've gotten shadow banned a bunch of times.
I heard a lot about that. Isn't that crazy though? That can just happen to you.
Yeah, like they just like stop your content from being seen.
Yeah, like that's
Yeah.
so weird because like this could be someone's job, you know.
And most times it
And
is,
they're just
probably.
fucking with it. Yeah, yeah. And
I
they're
feel like
just
it
fucking with
happens the most to the people who like need it the most too. It's like the people who are like
Mhm.
almost good, almost big, and then like they'll shadow
Yeah.
ban their accounts, and then they lose motivation, and then they'll stop posting.
Yeah,
It's
happens a lot. Happens a lot.
it's a really unfortunate like situation with that when that happens. But yeah, no, sorry, I kind of forgot what you were saying.
I was just saying the whole be personal, post a bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot, obviously a lot more to it.
Hmm.
Like I think last episode we talked about the whole changing your voice throughout videos and
Yeah.
you know stuff like that. But there's a lot of ways to little small things to grow
Yeah.
that people aren't doing.
What's the one that you've noticed has worked the best? Like when
Like
it
the
comes to
one tip?
like the one trait that you've seen across like streamers. I've not like obviously like Mr. Beast style stuff works really well.
Yeah,
And like I don't know, yeah, but it's a very specific type of like marketing too.
yeah, I think skits like in at least in
Skits,
the
I like
gaming
skits,
world,
yeah.
not really like skit necessarily, but like
Yeah.
you don't just post your kills in Valorant or something. Like you
Mm-mm.
post like you get going to custom or something. You make a funny video, or
Yeah.
you know you joke a bunch and you put subtitles and whatever else. That's like I think that's the number one way to grow if you don't want to put like a shit ton of effort into it. Like I know a lot of people don't have a lot of time.
Yeah.
That's just like a really easy way to do. Like just do an advanced clip, right? Just do a little bit more with it.
Yeah.
So like,
Like, edit
actually
it a
have
little bit.
words, actually have
Hmm.
joke in there or something.
Yeah.
Multiple
you.
things in the same clip. Like even if it's 30 seconds, you can put multiple different things. A joke, you can put a cool kill, you can put a bad kill. You know, doing
Yeah.
that retains attention. So
That's
good
true.
way to do it.
Like background videos. Well, I don't
Yeah,
know.
honestly,
Remember
yeah.
TikTok for the past like yeah, I guess it's stopped more recently, but
It's just stop.
like
Somebody-
the TV clip up top and then like the side scroller on the bottom, like the Temple Run or like the
Subway
the-
Surfers, yeah.
like the knife game or whatever the hell
I know you're
that
talking
was.
about. Yeah. I blew up for a while. I think that's AI generated. Too.
I think it is too. Yeah.
I think all those videos do a ton of different counts, doing a ton of different stories that aren't real.
Yeah, or they're all repeating the same story in a different way.
Yeah. So I think it's AI, 100%. Which is
I think so,
fucking
too.
insane.
Isn't that
dude.
crazy though? Like no,
Those videos
in
blow up.
I mean, if I'm being honest, like I'm trying to figure. I mean, if I'm being like 100% honest with you, is on the side, like on day to day, like every now and then I'll be like looking into something for AI related, like because I know that this is not going away. I know that AI is definitely not leaving, and I
No,
think that
no.
I think the only thing that I'm taking from it is I'm not going to use it in a bad way, but I think that AI can really help boost content creation for people who definitely don't have time, you know, because
Yeah.
AI is a very fast and easy and efficient way to do things, and it not be human like, sure, but you know, professional stuff is not human like either. It's very professional, right? But
Mhm.
like if AI knows how to write that, then you can write damn good scripts and stuff, right? And
Yeah,
it's just
100%.
like the faster you can like use it in like an application, I think the faster. I think the people who figured it out first are going to be the ones who make the most or the most
Which they already
successful.
are. I mean,
Exactly.
Those Subway Surfer ones, Temple Run stuff.
I know. I
Those
wonder how
guys
much
honestly probably made money.
how much they take in, because I have an interesting statistic for you. So you know RuneScape, right? Like old school
Mhm.
RuneScape.
Yeah.
You've heard of that?
I played it a little bit.
Yeah, it's a pretty known game.
Yeah.
But Venezuela is complete. Their entire economy is run by old school RuneScape gold farmers.
What?
Did you know that?
What are you talking about, bro?
Did you know that?
What?
Yes. So the whole Venezuelan currency, ever since like you started being able to like trade RuneScape gold on old school RuneScape, their entire like pretty much if they get banned all the time, but whatever, they have bots and stuff. But basically, what happens is that they'll make RuneScape accounts, they'll level them up, blah blah blah, and then they'll bot them in a money making method on RuneScape, and then they will real life trade the gold in game currency to real life money, and that transition from gold to U.S. dollars transitions to Venezuelan currency makes them millionaires. Like so, like they can actually like afford to live.
That's fact check. That's insane.
That is 100% true. Except for like, I know it's not the entire Venezuelan, like but it's like it is like I'm talking like a good portion. Like it is benefited them in interesting ways. So it's like you can't knock them for like doing it, right? It's like I'm not actually ever made it the Venezuelan bot farmers.
Yeah. Okay, why not, dude?
But like, think about that, dude. That's basically like using like I consider like games as social media. Do you consider games as social media? Because in a way,
I mean, you can talk on it, and there is a community-based thing around
friends.
it.
You add friends.
Yeah, it's social media in a way. Obviously, it's not like a posting thing, but
yeah. But like a social media in that aspect gave this country like money.
That's nuts. That is stupid.
It's so dumb, dude. I mean, fuck it, dude. If they make money, if they live a better life because of a video game, then sick. That's awesome. Then.
Yeah, why not? That's what we're supposed to do, right? So
it's just I always found that specific story very interesting, and
I never heard of that. That's,
you've never heard of that?
Not once. Not even close. I know people like trade gold for money. I knew that.
Yeah, people do that all the time.
Just a little bit ago, actually, but. But that's I don't know. It's weird.
People do it all the time. It's interesting, yeah. But it's like they found a little like niche way to make money.
Why not, dude? Go for it.
Because it's not enough money for like me and you to want to do it, right? But it's enough for like their lives to change dramatically, right? That's fascinating to me.
It is very, very fascinating until the U.S. dollar there's no more money.
Yeah,
that was scary. Like a few months ago, I don't know if you remember that. Like that was a big scare.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Well, you've heard about the new currency, right? The new global currency they want to implement.
I heard something about it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, but... like it's an Indian currency that India, Asia, and Russia have.
What is it?
I know it's a new one. It's a new traceable, counterfeitable money system. And the whole world, like Russia, China, and India, are apparently into it. And
there were a couple more. I think it was called like.
There's more, but like if I'm being honest, if they have those three, they have like the majority of the population in the whole world. Yeah, so like, what are we gonna do if they actually truly choose to outnumber us?
Yeah, that's
it's like we're like the United States. The United States currency is only, like I said, 400 million people. Like those three countries combined have like 4.5 billion people.
Yeah, but who has the bigger nukes?
I mean, it doesn't matter if we start.
Bigger red button,
if we start using nukes, we're all fucked.
Yeah, I know.
We can't use nukes again. I can't use nukes again. No, we have to figure out a way to solve.
After Hiroshima, man.
And here's the wild part about that, and I think everyone should really go see Oppenheimer, is because the bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, those two bombs, right? And then we've since then developed thousands since then, and the ones now are 100 times stronger than that. So like we can't use them. Like
no, it's just, that's too environmentally even just.
No, I think I don't even know what like the consequences of like dropping like one or two of those on major cities would be like nowadays. Like I think it would be catastrophic.
Wait, it is catastrophic. Yeah, that's not good.
No,
one ego trip might ruin the world, you know.
Dude, one ego trip could 100. Yeah, so one dickhead, like another Adolf Hitler, right? Like and we will have another one. History always repeats itself, and I'm sure there will be one, not exactly the same, but he's gonna take over. He's gonna do some dumb shit, and it's gonna be really bad.
I don't know if it'll happen in the U.S. It's gonna happen, I think, outside.
I think we'll be the first ones attacked again.
Do you?
Yeah, because we have the most media coverage. If they take us out first and they take our media out first, I think that wins the war. I think the only way someone wins a war again is taking our news coverage out, because Americans as a whole like to just broadcast the world.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, remember when when the bombing in Ukraine and stuff happened? I was on Twitch and there's like 50,000 people watching, just like cameras in a city, like watching a bombing.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah.
So it's like that. It's like,
wait, a bombing?
yeah, I watched like
Oh, that's not
I
funny. I
watched
thought
the
you meant
live
the whole
bombing.
stream
Yeah, no,
thing.
I like was watching a stream and there's like live cameras, and then all of a sudden a bomb dropped on the camera and the stream cut out.
What
And I
fuck?
watched that.
Holy shit!
Yeah,
I
and
thought
like
about the whole like cars just stopping in an intersection thing. You seen that?
yeah. Yeah.
It's just one intersection. That's it.
Yeah. But yeah, the bomb, it blew up the camera, and then I was like, "Oh my fucking god!"
That's nuts.
I was like, "You're telling me that camera just blew up in front of me, and I just watched it?" Like, also, that's crazy.
yeah.
How can I
saw
watch
TikToks
that
from
live?
Ukraine and stuff.
Yeah,
I saw like they were live. Someone
Yep.
just posting videos. It's
and the whole thing about like, and you know the whole thing about propaganda and how Russia uses propaganda, and like, you know, everyone uses propaganda.
Yeah,
and,
everybody
and
uses it, yeah.
you start wondering, you're like, are we using propaganda on ourselves? And we totally are. But like, what are we
Mhm.
hiding that we don't know about that other countries may know about too? I don't know.
Oh,
I feel
wow.
like our country definitely hides a lot from us because they don't like us getting smarter. Because they like to take our money.
Well, yeah, they already have our money.
They like to keep just ripping it away though.
Yeah, so like the whole watching a war on live is nuts. Another
I
part
agree.
of it I think is, which is a sad part of it. Like if you're in war, obviously I don't know personally. I've never been to war. Hopefully I never will. But it's like I kind of feel like they just don't want to be alone, you know. So like that's
Yeah.
a way that people use social media, and which is could be obviously is a good part, but also a bad part. Like if you don't feel alone, you want to go on social media for that. Like you're relying on something that is a big negative influence on you.
Yeah.
So it's like people are doing it because they don't want to be alone. They don't maybe know what to do. Maybe they're not as social. They go on it, but it's like you're ruining your mind by doing it so much, you know. So
I agree.
it's
I
obviously not really
did.
a war anymore, really, because it's different. But like,
Yeah.
it's just the aspect of it, the whole going on. So hopefully you're not lonely man or woman or something.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, like, how did you start your journey on like social media? Because I have video evidence of when I started mine,
Really?
and I want to show you, and it's really fucking funny. I'll be honest with you, but
How you started as like a streamer, or just like you went on social media?
so let me show you. Maybe it might be easier, and I think you'd find it fucking hilarious. I've been meaning to do a video about it, but actually, on Spotify they're showing videos now. So here, let me show you. Only because it's totally worth it, I promise. Actually, is it though? We'll see. Okay, and then just take a look, and then you don't have to watch anything, but just that was me. That is how
Oh my god.
that is how I started social media.
Yo, what's your first ever? Holy shit. You look totally different. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude, I was fucking like 15 years ago. I
14
can't
years
I can't
ago.
delete the account.
14 years ago, your first video says starting again. How
Oh
is
no,
that
no.
possible?
Okay, so hear me out. So
What?
here's the reason why I've always wanted to be famous, right? Hear me out.
Okay.
When I was a kid,
I'm here.
I was on the very first YouTube. I loved YouTube, wanted to be on the grind. Made a
Mhm.
YouTube channel, had some videos, just some dumb shit as like a, I don't know, 10-year-old, something like that. Yeah, 10-year-old. I made a video. There was a ad campaign going around with the big YouTubers. It was the first thing I've ever seen. Like it was a Whopper. It was a Carl's Jr. like sandwich or something. It was a Carl's Jr. sandwich, and all the big YouTubers were advertising it. So I just saw the video about everyone eating this burger. So I made like a meme of it as a 10-year-old, and I like ate like I fake ate like a CD player because I had a CD player because I'm old as shit. Anyway,
I did too.
yeah, CD players weren't super old, but yeah. So then I immediately got like the most hate I've ever seen on YouTube on my. So I got like 10,000 views in 20 minutes, and for back then YouTube, that's a fucking lot of
That's
views
insane.
in a very short amount of time. So I immediately deleted it. And like the comments were horrible, like 20 comments, like "fuck you, kid, kill yourself," like you
Holy
like
shit.
go eat shit and die. This isn't funny. Like fuck you, you're the worst. And so yeah, I took that as a 10-year-old pretty tough, and I deleted it. And I deleted all the videos on the channel, and I said that's why I have the starting again. And
Oh.
but pretty much ever since I hit like that little viral thing, I never saw what happened with it because I could have been like a viral video.
We
But
could've been about
That's I deleted it within an hour, so it didn't get enough traction. People weren't fast enough to record it or whatever. But Yeah, I definitely could have been like a very bad viral video, and
That's a good way to
I
start, though.
it's a good way to start, but it's just like I've been trying to look because I went viral once by accident and I didn't want it, so now I've been trying to get viral again since, pretty
On
much.
purpose.
Yeah,
That's nuts, dude. That's actually so funny. That's cool.
yeah, but yeah, social media's had a
Almost
huge
cried
impact on me in
listening.
that aspect of it because YouTube was a place because I was an only child and I was lonely, so I just went
Yeah,
on there and
yeah,
spoke,
exactly.
made some dumb shit, some dumb
Fair
videos.
enough.
Yeah.
I think I was the same. I just saw what I wanted to see and be, and just went for it. As a kid, dumb kid. I think post Minecraft videos on Bandicam.
Yeah,
Uh,
Bandicam.
yeah, I
Like
started that
15
way.
FPS because you had the free version and your computer could barely
Yeah.
run 9.
Yeah, dude, it was bad. Laptop, horrible frames without recording. I think I had like
Trackpad.
40 frames tops.
Yeah. Oh, definitely
Yeah,
definitely not more than the screen could see.
No, it was so bad. I don't know how as a kid you think that like we should post that, like who's gonna watch it? You wouldn't watch it as a kid, so I would.
No, it's like I'm
No.
like as a grown ass adult, like I'm not fucking watching that shit.
No, no.
Like I hate to say it, like all the shit like kids post from like, well, I post the same stuff. You can watch my shit all day
Yeah.
long. It's horrible.
Nobody does anything.
Like I'll admit it too. It's awful. It's dog shit. You don't want to. Well, you don't want to watch that. Like now the stuff I post is relatively good to watch because I'm better at the game. But I was just
Yeah.
showing. I think one of my videos was a recorded kind of like this, but like cameras have gotten a lot better. But basically, like this recording my like 2011. 2008, 2009, like big ass widescreen TV playing Call of Duty World at War, showing you how to get out of the map on that one map, the Japanese map outside with the castle. I think it's called Castle or something like that. And I was just, I found a glitch and I wanted to show everyone what the glitch was. And I did. And it was kind of fun. I think the glitch is still actually around.
Probably, I would imagine. They don't fix stuff, so.
I always wanted to use my YouTube channel as like I don't know, like a place people could look to like get help on things, even though it was like a glitch and like kind of cheating. But like I've always wanted to make stuff for people because I feel like social media influencers back in the day, like PewDiePie and like Markiplier, like Jacksepticeye, like all those guys, like super impactful for me actually. Like I love those guys. Those guys are awesome. Like they're like my dads who like. They raised me a bit, even though they're like 10 years older. But like they like taught me how to be like a decent person through their videos, right? It's like where my dad came from this upbringing that like we're working on my dad. He's a good man, but he was raised in a very privileged, rich household.
Yeah, gotcha.
And back in the 50s, so like, it's just like. I don't know where I was going with that, but I wanted to always like he wasn't always the best person for me with the issues I had because I was like, how like you're probably taught the same thing. Your dad told you like, don't be a bitch, fight up, don't show emotion, that kind of stuff. But I watch men on the internet show their emotion to their followers and like it's okay, like it's not a problem. You can get scared. Like PewDiePie was known for being scared and like crying. Like, it's like, and the fact that like he was like, everyone's like okay with that. It's like, oh, that made me feel pretty good. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I can show my emotion as a dude.
Yeah, that's a great side of media, I think.
Yeah,
amazing side. Just because a lot of people have great family homes like that, and I think that's a big help for people's to, not want to kill themselves.
And this is coming from someone who came from a very good childhood. I love my parents. It's just there are some aspects of life that you look elsewhere for things, and I look there. Right.
I mean, everybody as a parent is the first time being a parent.
Exactly.
No matter what, even if they have 5 kids, it's still their first time being a parent.
It's like, oh, well, they have 4 other kids. Like, well, it's their first time with 5 kids. So
yeah, exactly. So it's hard. You can't really blame too much, but yeah, you can definitely look to influencers that you look up to and learn a lot from them. Just how they act and what they do in situations and.
I do 100%.
So that's really cool. I love that part of social media. I think I think it's it shows a good side of humans in that aspect. You see a lot of bad every day in news, media, even in games. You'll see bad. You'll hear about bad, and it sucks to always hear. But like you always have that like that thing, that person to go to. Like Simon. That's like my people. I always go to if I need to like just lose my mind and just not by lose my mind. I don't mean go insane. I mean like just lose what I'm thinking about.
Escape from reality a bit. Yeah. It's okay to escape from reality. People don't talk about escaping from reality enough, but like sometimes it is truly okay to just fucking drunk. Like just
Yeah,
like
why not?
completely
As long
zone
as it's
out,
not
dude.
every day. As long as it's not every day. As long as you still you want to do
Yeah.
something productive every day,
Yeah, yeah.
no
No, as
matter
long as
what.
it's not disassociating, which that's what that's
Yeah,
called, which I've done for a long, for like a year and a half's time, and then not great,
yeah.
dude.
It's
It's not
not fun.
fun.
I've done that too. It's not fun.
Oh yeah, you know. Oh,
You-
you've done it, so you know what it's like too. Okay, that's not fun.
yeah, it's like you should be doing something. Like you always have that in
Yeah.
your head, and you know you're not doing great. But
It,
like
it it reminds me. Have you seen the movie? Man, what's the movie? The Disney movie about emotions. Um,
emoji movie,
I don't know. The Emoji Movie.
emoji movie.
Um,
Uh,
I don't know. There's a movie. I don't know. The name has escaped me
movies
right
about
now.
emotions. I feel like there's a lot of
But
movies that
it's
have
like anger,
emotions in it.
sad, happiness, whatever, and then
Oh
like
yeah, yeah. I know. So
yeah,
the
and then
cartoon
like they're
one. Yeah,
watching and like they are in control of her brain, but the whole like point of view is from them, not the person, and they're
yeah,
controlling
yeah.
her. That's what disassociation feels like, and it feels like you're just kind of in your head watching your life happen, and then you're making choices and decisions, but you aren't doing anything to stop it necessarily.
I know what you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
and
good way to put it. That movie's
yeah.
actually cool. Cool
That movie
aspect of
is
the
a
movie.
very good movie. I
Yeah,
recommend a lot of people to watch that movie. If I can figure out the name of it, I'll edit it in.
yeah. Actually, I love that a lot of cartoon movies and like
Yeah.
kid movies have like a lot
Yeah.
of hidden messages.
Oh yeah. Like
Like
if
if you
you
watch the Angry Birds,
no, is it
that
good?
it's actually I actually like the Angry Birds, but like there's
Okay.
actually like I don't know. I think there's like a lot of hidden deep down messages throughout
Yeah,
it.
I agree.
Like
Yeah,
all the different types of the birds that do different abilities and stuff. You can kind of like
they have like different issues. I'm assuming
they
throughout
have
the.
different issues. Yeah, like there's a reason they probably have that ability. Like I think the other one was just on cocaine. I'm not too sure, but but
I think he is.
yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
think he's
like
just on
there's a lot
coke.
of yeah,
Coked up.
probably. No, I love movies that do that though. They have like hidden messages that you
Yeah.
actually think about, even though it's a kid movie.
Have you seen the movie
Yeah,
Soul from Disney, the new one, about
I
the African American jazz player?
I don't think I have. No,
That was one of the most profound movies I've ever watched. It made me cry and just
what's it on? Disney?
Disney Plus. It's on Disney Plus.
Soul. It's called
It's
Soul.
just called Soul. It's about this African American jazz player who I'm not gonna say anything about it. It's pretty apparent though. Anyways, it's about this African American jazz player who was a teacher, music teacher his entire life, loved
Hmm.
jazz, was really good at playing piano. And he blah 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 hates teaching, like loves teaching, kids don't love it, and he's like a jazz player, and then he gets this finally a big break in this jazz band, and then he is so excited he finally got his like life's goal, life's dream, right, and his intuition, and then he falls down a sewer hole and dies, and he doesn't actually
Jeez.
get to do his life dream. And there's a lot more to it than just that, but like that happens in the first like 10 seconds of the movie. It's not really a spoiler. Like he dies. So like the main character of the movie dies, and then you get from a point of view of like someone who didn't actually achieve their goals in life, and then you get to watch how they process that. And it's
That's cool.
interesting.
That's really
And
cool.
it's really cool. I would highly recommend it. And he actually, yeah, I won't say anything more about the movie, but that is a movie that I would give it a 10 out of 10. Recommend that movie to watch.
Damn,
And it's a
10
kid
out of
movie,
10.
but it's
Holy
so
shit.
good. There's some
Yeah.
animated. I give animated Disney movies 10 out of 10s because I feel like everyone loves those, and damn, they're really good sometimes.
Yeah, like even like the sad ones or sad moments, it's still like light, just because it's like cartoony, but you still feel
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So it's pretty cool, like how the aspect of your emotions go throughout that. Just because you can still obviously cry, but like
Yeah.
it's just not as real, I guess. But
It's
you can still
it's
feel the real.
interesting.
It's hard to
Like
explain.
no, yeah, it's interesting. Like seeing a perspective of life when you're like when you have to let go of the fact that like you died, like because no one ever has to think about that because we don't know what happens after we die, right? So it's
Yeah,
like it's all just theoretical, and we've no clue. We have no idea. Like maybe religious people were right, maybe there's nothing. Who knows, right? But like it's still like we still wonder. Everyone wonders. I feel like no matter
everyone does.
what, we still
Yeah,
like wonder like what are we doing around here, you know? And then it's just like seeing it because like I feel like I have not I've definitely achieved a lot of goals in my life. Like I have a degree on my wall. You know, I swam in college and I won a championship as a Division 1 swimmer. Like I
hmm
was very successful in a different realm, but I just am still never satisfied with it, right? And then I'm
yeah,
still looking for better. I want to be more successful. And it's like people would say that's like very like, damn, it's like you're not happy with that. It's like, no, not really. It's like I would like to be more successful actually. It's like I know I'm capable of really cool, great things. I
hmm
just need to I'm gonna find it there. I will eventually be successful and great. I just don't know
yeah.
how. Yeah,
think the same things. I like it literally exactly.
it's a mentality,
the
and
same things, yeah.
it's the reason why we're as good at stuff as we are. I think you have to have it. You have to think like that.
Yeah.
You
I
can't
mean,
not.
it's a gift and a curse. I mean, NF. I listen to a lot of NF.
Oh, NF's great.
You know?
Love NF. Yeah.
One of the things he said in one of the songs was like, you know, something about like freedom and like achieving your goal, but then I'll just make another one that won't lead to freedom.
Yeah.
So it always has a new goal. So it goes
Yeah.
platinum, new goal.
Yeah.
After that one, new goal. Every single time. So it's like it's a curse because like you're always wanting to reach it, and you're like, damn, I gotta reach it. I gotta.
You're always hungry.
It's gonna make me better. It's gonna make me happier. It's gonna make me richer, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then you get there, and it's like, this is gonna be better. This is gonna make me richer. This is gonna, you just gotta keep going, and it sucks. It really does. So like every time I reach a goal, I don't really celebrate it enough. Like I don't take the win. I get the win, and I'm like,
yeah, I mean, yeah. No,
every
that's. Oh, I understand. No, because actually that makes me because okay, so that reminds me of when I was in college. I just told you that I won a championship. So I won a race. Basically, what that means is I was a Division I swimmer for Miami University, and I swam in the MAC conference. And at Max, the meet that we swam the championship meet, I was able to win the 100 backstroke. But I knew, and like everyone was so happy for me, and I loved it too. It was great. I was really, really happy about it. Like I have a bunch of pictures. I was fucking stoked. Don't get me wrong. And I even got the school record. Like I had the school record at the team. Like on my team, I had the record for a year or two until someone came in and broke it because it wasn't fast. Right? That's my point. I'm getting to was I wasn't happy still, and I was kind of upset that people were so proud of me because I felt like I needed to hear someone be like, "Wow, okay, get a little faster." And I'm like, because I always wanted to go to NCAA's, but I just kind of took my conference win as like a win, and I was like, you know what? I guess that's as much as my swimming career has come down to. Because everyone was so happy with what I did, but I wasn't satisfied. I did want to go farther and try to get better, but I just kind of feel like that goal was kind of given up once everyone was so happy with what I did. I was just like, ah. And then, yeah, very successful with that, but it's just like, I don't know. I still wanted more. I really wanted to, like, I wanted to be the best swimmer at the time. Yeah. But now I could care less, but.
Couldn't care less?
No, I could, yeah. Well, yeah, couldn't care less.
Dude, that's one of the things people do. It just like not really pissing me off, and I was like, you're doing it.
Well, Madison's an English major. She says that shit to me all the time.
Oh, really? That's funny. No, but yeah, I get that.
Did I tell you that she's writing a book?
No.
She has a full 520 page book that is high fantasy and like
oh shit,
and like a book written out, and she's editing it. And she's gonna try to publish it next year.
I want to read it. Give me an early copy, bro.
In a couple months I can give out some copies maybe to people.
Heck yeah, dude. Look, you're sweet. I would 100% read that, like, genuinely.
It's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And then I requested to do the audiobook because I'm very good at reading a script, and I can totally do that. No, I'm just kidding. But I told her I would do it, though. Because, so you have the Shure microphone, right?
The Shure, yeah.
Yeah, so I am going to try to save up in the next like month or so to like buy that. It's like $500.
It's really good, dude.
Yeah, it's worth it. I want it so bad. I want a microphone because I feel like I have a cool voice, and people have told me I kind of do now. And I'm funny, and I love using a microphone as like an active comedy. And I feel like I can like inflect my voice. Me and you share this with me. We have been communicating, which is interesting. So I find this in my relationship sometimes is I do not communicate through my facial expressions much. I'm learning that. But I am very particular to tone of voice, and I'm very sensitive to it, especially too. And like I definitely and I can tell if someone's mad or happy or sad or whatever with their voice inflection. I'm very good at people's voices. And I was always wondering why. And I communicate through my voice. If I'm happy, you'll hear it in my voice. You won't see it on my face.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I've had to communicate so much with so many people online, like Counter-Strike and Valorant. Yeah. Like you have to kind of learn how to read people's voices, and I've gotten really, really good at it. Like I'm very good at it, very, very, very good at it.
Yeah.
You know, and
yeah,
then
that's really true. That's actually really true.
I don't know if you share that.
In a way, I mean, I don't think I'm like particularly amazing at hearing that change in the voice. I do hear it. I can obviously tell for the most part if you're happy, sad, whatever, but I don't think it comes down to.
But do you like look at her face when she's upset or something? Yeah, can you tell? How do you know she's upset at you?
I think it's just like it's more of the grammar used. I think I'm big on if you change grammar from your regular. Well, I don't know if
No, in
whatever, but
person,
like
not over text.
yeah, in person. That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
in
Like
person too.
yeah, so it's more of like
Yeah,
I recognize how you normally talk in
but
a certain
it's
situations.
speaking though, right? It's still
Yeah,
speaking.
it's still
Yeah,
speaking.
not
So
like, but it's nothing like you don't. Do you ever care about the way she looks on her face? Does she look mad? And do you care?
I don't look at it as much. I don't
Okay.
think.
So yeah, so you listen to
It's
her
really just
more. So you
grammar.
base it more on sound, base versus on visual.
More or less, it's more of like what words you use.
Still speech though.
Yeah, still speech.
Okay.
So more speech than face.
I didn't know.
You know what I mean?
But no, but like, no, that's what I'm trying to. That was my point that I was trying to get across. Is I think that we've learned to be. I'm very much more of an auditory learner versus a visual learner, right? And I think it makes sense.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I think I'm for learning. I'm not sure, honestly. I like to just do it.
Yeah.
That's how I learn. I just fail.
Yeah. Fail multiple. Yeah. You just keep failing. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
just
also
keep
yeah.
going.
That's the only way to learn, in my opinion. I think is
Yeah.
you have to you can never just speculate, right? You always have to like.
Mhm.
You have to try it. You have to like prove to yourself that you can't do it, and that's why like I'm doing a lot of things in my life. It's like I'm trying to prove to myself that I can do it, and it's because the entire time I've always think like, oh, I could be this if I just do this. Well, it's like, well, stop thinking about it. Just go fucking do it. Try to
Yeah,
do it.
100%. Yeah, I always think about that. Like, if I do this, what happens?
Yeah.
Is it gonna hurt? And then I just don't do it. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and we're learning. We're growing. We're growing.
Yeah, we are learning.
We're getting there.
No, yeah, like even yesterday, I bought a Minecraft server to start building.
Oh, can I be a part of it?
We'll talk about it. But
Oh, well, I love Minecraft servers. I hosted so many.
well, it's not like an actual server. It's like it's just a lobby for when I host like mini games. We're doing a factory tournament for like money and prizes and stuff.
Very
So,
cool.
I don't know when it'll start, but anyway,
Hmm.
I bought the server and I had a bunch of issues with trying to add a plugin and stuff
Mhm.
like that to it. Which, if you don't know what a plugin is, it's just like it just changes the normal game to be something else.
It's
And
basically
then,
like think of it like a mini developer, and like you're like, I'm gonna hack into Minecraft, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
add this line of code to make Minecraft different. Yeah, that's kind of what it is.
basically, anyway, before I looked up a video on it, 'cause I had no idea how to do it. I failed over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't want to look it up. I'm just like, if I look it up and I figure it out, I might not retain that information.
Correct.
So I'm gonna just keep failing, so I know what not to do.
Yeah.
So I know how to do it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So that's just what I did instead of. I eventually did look up a video for the second half. I figured out the first half, but not the second half.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I was like, fuck it. I want to learn how to do it, so I don't have to ever have to look it up again. So
Exactly. So
That's
like
the
once you know how to do it for sure, then you know how to do it every time, right?
yeah,
And that's kind of that's why I became a software developer actually, because that's what I do every day. That's just like my entire job is like trial and error until you figure out a way that makes it run.
yeah, that's my way of living, honestly.
Yeah.
So I
Um,
learned social media. You know,
I feel like we have definitely. I feel like all of this is impactful by social media. If I'm being honest,
I think everything in life, in a way, is.
and that's the sad part about it too, right? Is like,
Mhm.
dude, I actually okay. Here's the thing, and Dad, if you're listening, I mean this. It's in it, but I don't mean it in like I'm not making fun of you. I think it's interesting. I'm using you as my case study. This is my way of telling you. Okay. So my dad just sits at home. He's retired. He's 65 and he's retired on Medicare now. He's done that. He's done everything. He's done all life has to offer, I guess. He's bored. And he was a smoker. He was a 2-pack-a-day smoker for 50 years. And last December, or like the end of last year, like which this has also changed my perspective on life a little bit too. So like all of last year, my dad, we knew he had an aneurysm. He had a aortic aneurysm, and we knew about it for a long time, and it had grown to the point where it was like concerning. So it's like, okay, fine, we'll get you scheduled for surgery finally. And so he goes in, tries to get prepared for a surgery, and what was it? So then he finds out he has a second aneurysm.
Jeez.
So now he has two abdominal aortic aneurysms. So he has one, like if you think of where your belly button is, your aorta splits into your legs, both your legs in there. So it splits off right there. He had a 6.8 millimeter, I don't know, something meter, aneurysm there. And then they also found one up here that they had no idea about, didn't know when it came. It didn't even know that he had it. And that was bigger and it was more recent. And so then they all of a sudden had to go, hey, wait a minute. we have to split this into 2 surgeries. So then they had to split it into 2 surgeries. And so all basically like October, December last year, I was miserable just down in Florida with my parents. I wasn't miserable to see them, but like I was miserable for a lot of reasons. And then I went down for the first surgery. My dad got COVID, and I almost watched the man die. And that was crazy because he was, like I said, he quit smoking, luckily, like 6 months beforehand. But he got COVID, and I've never seen someone so close to death in person, like from being sick of something. Like I stayed up all night with him just to make sure he was okay, and like make sure he was breathing. And got the schedule. He was fine. He ended up being okay. That took it out of him though. I was a little worried about the surgeries. So he had the first surgery in like November. I went down and they fixed the first top one. And then in December, I got laid off from my job. And you were there for that. Yes. Yeah. And that's when I started streaming because I needed something in my life that could keep me grounded because I didn't know if my dad was going to make it, if I'm being honest. It was kind of a point where I didn't know if he was 100% going to be all right. You know, it's like, there was more than when there's more than a 5% chance someone dies from a surgery, you get a little scared.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you think to yourself, I would bet on those odds, then that's not a good thing if it's life or death, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I got laid off, which was thankfully, honestly, because I was able to go down and spend time with my mom, which needed it, and my parents who needed it, and then so I was there for the second surgery, and he got it all fixed and all that, and I don't really remember what I was why I started talking about this. But
yeah, I was just wondering the same thing. I forgot, but either way, it's still a story.
You know? Oh, right, here we go. So I was with my dad a lot. That was a really sad story, but no, life happens, and I like to explain that. Like sometimes, stuff in life happens for a reason, all that too. But so he's been really bored since then. He's healthy now. He's great. He's in great shape. I hope he loses more weight, but he's doing well. But he just sits all day long at his house and at our house in Florida, and he just sits on Facebook Reels all day long and just sends me shit.
That's funny.
Like a goddamn toddler.
That is fucking hilarious, actually. The whole sending you Reels. It's so funny.
It's just all day long, and he constantly asks me questions, and then he sends me just stuff that's just, and the thing is, like, Facebook Reels are just wrong. Like the information that people see on there is just not correct information.
Like I've been seeing stuff on TikTok, and then it's just I'm like, no.
It's like you read it, you're like, it's not real. That's just not right. That's just not factually accurate.
Yeah, I'll be checking stuff up. I've been looking up stuff all the time.
And the point I was trying to make with the social media tie-in there is, I feel like my dad picked up social media later than we all did, right? So I think, you know, when we were teenagers and we were super into it and like, fucking blah, 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 this is so cool, this is the best thing ever, dude. Like, and then now our parents are there because they are just now at that like amount of time they've used it, you know. I feel like everything in life is just an amount of time you've used something or done something.
My parents are starting to use it a lot more too. I don't think Reels. I think it's more TikTok. My dad
they'll get there. How old are they?
Like 50.
Oh yeah, they'll get there, dude. It's in their 60. Their parents get weird when they turn 60.
Yeah, dude. It's weird though. Like something that was like shamed from the older generations.
It was definitely shamed.
Parents, and then like hating on us for doing it, and then all of a sudden they're doing it. And it's like
I know
how the tables have.
Oh, how the turntables.
How the turntables, dude. So it's so funny. There's social media is everywhere, dude. It's every person, everywhere, every opinion, every view. It's so diverse.
Like you're straight up stupid if you think that social media doesn't run this world right now.
Yeah, I would tell anybody that to their face.
I would 100% believe that. And if you think that social media does not control everything we do, I think you're just like ignorant. Actually, they're just ignoring the fact.
Do you know Keith Lee?
No. Well, I've heard the name.
Yeah, so he I think he started a couple of years, like 2 years ago maybe. But he started a food review on TikTok, right? He's like
maybe continue. But I think
yeah, and he used to do I think MMA, I believe.
Yeah.
But basically, I mean, this is social media for you, right? Even though it's just a thing for content in a way, like he is changing every single business's life he's go to.
Yeah,
every single one. I mean, he does aftermaths of like some of the places he visited. Yeah. Fucking insane, dude.
He's just a better, more efficient Gordon Ramsay.
Honestly, God, yeah. But except he doesn't make it.
Gordon, we love you though. I know you're on TikTok.
Gordon Ramsay's actually sick. I actually love him. But anyway, no, Keith Lee, he's like, this is income we're talking about. Like
Yeah.
this is, and it's not just this one person. I'm just
No.
using him as an example because it's big.
Exactly.
He's went to I think 460 restaurants so far, or at least 460.
Like visited, and this is just like a 1 day stay.
It's a 1 day. You get food. He rates it,
and you get like you get a video. Yeah, I see.
You get a video.
Okay.
Every single one of those changed lives. I mean, obviously, not all of them are good. Some
Obviously,
are bad.
yeah.
But like the fact that social media does that just within the food industry, which has nothing controversial, it's just food. You know what I mean? There's no controversy behind it. No politics. It's just food.
He's just like pretty much making awareness of other people's restaurants.
Yeah, and people visited a lot when he gives a good review. That thing is packed, dude.
I bet. Packed. So he does 400 some. He visited 450 something stores.
460, I think exactly. I think unless he posted another one today. Yeah.
Okay. And like how many people see these videos? Like how many viewers do we get?
Million. I'll actually look it up right now.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, please do.
Interesting, dude. Keith Lee. So he has 13.8 million followers, and that's only a couple of years.
Wow.
His last video posted 13 hours ago was 1.8 mil. Number 2.5.
I mean, if you think
a couple mil per
even if you retain 1% of that, that's 15,000 people that come to your store.
Yeah.
Or 18,000 people that come to your store, right? And that's a 1% of retention rate, right? Oh my god.
Yeah. And that's one of his lower videos, and that's the most recent one. Like one's 8.8, 6.1, 7.2, 9.1, 3.4.
Wow. Oh yeah, and just think again, like I said, if you keep 1% of if 1% of the people who watch those videos go to that place,
it's packed.
No, that's tens of thousands of people come in your store now that would have never come to your store previously.
Yeah, and he like tips good, he pays good, and he's not biased towards anything.
Sounds like the Mr. Beast of the food restaurant world.
Sort of, yeah. I mean, honestly, he's obviously gave bad reviews to some places, but he's so nice about it, and he understands cancel culture too. So before he does stuff, he'll like disclaimer it and stuff. He's a really good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's influence. Some people respect Keith Lee, and then that's gonna change the entire income of families. Just because you give respect to one person.
Yeah, I mean, in retrospect, right? If they had someone that came around and viewed Twitch streams or viewed our podcast, for instance, like if someone just came and found our podcast, was like, "This is sick as fuck." He has 10 million followers, shows our shit once, all of a sudden we're huge, right? Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, that's just the power of influence, guys. That's social media runs everything, the government, everything. If you don't have the people, you have no government, right? So, just saying, social media.
Yeah, I mean, just the fact that a potential, I'll bring up politics, just very general, non-side picking, right? But we have, let's be honest, the next presidential election is probably going to be Biden and Trump again, if I had to be honest.
Is it? I don't think Biden can possibly.
No, but that's not the problem because he's a figurehead and he's just going to be put up there anyways. So if his wife hasn't stopped him by now, she's not going to stop him ever. So. Dude, she's a doctor. She knows exactly.
She's a doctor?
She knows that man shouldn't be standing up there on that podium, dude.
Holy shit.
She has Dr. Jill Biden. Yeah, dude, she's a very smart woman, and he has Alzheimer's, dude. And but you want to know how much say they have in that situation? Probably absolutely zero. And so the thing, so it's going to be Biden and Trump again, right? And then what's going to happen is now we have someone who we're going to Biden. Which is I don't know how to feel about this anymore.
I hate Biden. I'll say that publicly. I'll say it.
Yeah, and honestly, I just feel bad for the man up there. I really just hate it for him. Like I don't think he's having fun, and that's anyways. But the point I'm trying to make is Trump has a social media platform. He has his own self-run social media platform. And that alone, I think, was a setup from the whole losing the last election. I think the whole thing has been like just to win this next one, because if he can get a whole platform behind him, dude, imagine a whole platform streaming exactly what you're trying to show.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
It's like everyone on that platform will never see the other side of it, right? Like they will only ever see one side of it. They can't possibly see the other side of it. No one on there is going to argue it, right? Because it's his app. It's like, imagine that. Like, it's probably going to end up, it's going to happen. It's going to be an issue. I guarantee I'm foreseeing it from next year. But like, imagine that. A whole candidate has his own social media. And if social media runs the world like we're saying it does, then that is an absolute abuse of power as well.
I mean, is it abuse of power though? Because anybody that has the app probably, anybody that has the app though already is probably gonna vote for him, right?
Yeah,
If
exactly.
you downloaded his app, so he's gonna vote for him. But like the only thing it could be is like who knows if he turns into Hitler?
But
you know,
think of how many other
If he turns
platforms
into Hitler,
talk
fine.
about his platform, though.
That's true.
Yeah. So
I guess
that's where it
you do
goes.
wanna check it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, I don't know, dude. But if he turns into Hitler, it's bad. Just saying.
It's not out of the realm of possibility, but he's old. He's
Yeah.
like 80.
Yeah.
We should have two people who are in their
Yeah.
80s and running for president, to be honest.
Is he 80s?
Yeah, dude, both of them are like, he's like,
No way. I thought he was like 65. Hey,
dude,
Siri, how old is
dude,
Trump?
he's definitely 70 something, at least.
Oh, he's 77. Yeah.
Yeah, he's old as shit, dude.
75,
Yeah,
I guess
dude,
that's
Biden is
75,
also like 78. Like, they're both old as fuck. They're bag of bones.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know how Biden's standing, bro.
I
I don't care about politics. I'm so over politics just because of the shit
me
that's going
too.
on. But
Yeah,
like,
dude. That's the state of the
I
country. I
don't
feel like a
wanna
lot
say
of
I hate
people share
Biden.
this opinion with us, too.
Yeah. I think Biden should not be doing anything important. I think he should just retire and live his
Yeah.
life.
I want him to.
stop
He
stressing.
just be happy and
Yeah.
live the rest of your old life. You have grandkids.
Yeah. I feel like he was kind of coerced to go for president.
Obviously, he's
Just
a
'cause he was
because he
yeah.
was vice president for 8 years. He's a great candidate, like on paper for the
On
Democratic
paper,
Party.
isn't he?
For the
Yeah.
Democratic Party, objectively, he is the best pick. And
Yeah.
then second in line, I hate to say it, is Hillary, because of just the fucking the
Not
shit
the
she brings,
email.
just the shit she brings up with the shit she brings with her. The Clintons are a cursed family, I think.
Dude, I honestly believe that it's all whack.
Yeah.
And I don't like
Anyways.
Trump either, but I mean,
Yeah.
go businessman, I guess. Anyway.
Yeah, it's fucking dude. I mean, yeah, no more politics.
yeah,
Just,
no
but
more.
it
I'm
is
done.
tied
I'm
into
done.
social media for sure, dude. It really is. All
No,
of it.
it's-
All of it.
It runs it. Everything runs it. So, but I think we're at the time when we need to stop.
I think so. Do you have anything else you want to mention? Do you have anything else that you think we didn't cover that you want to get across? And we'll talk
We-
definitely
I'm
more
sure we'll
about
come
social
back
media.
from a lot of this. So, that is what it is. But yeah.
So here we go. Yeah. So if you guys liked, please give a like on YouTube and spread the shit out of our podcast because we think it's a good podcast. And so spread the shit out of our stuff, and we're gonna hopefully be marketing this more and getting on our ways, and we're really excited to keep this up. So if you guys like our stuff, please let us know. And Jay, got anything?
I'm just chilling, bro. Nah, I don't got nothing. Thanks for watching. I appreciate y'all. Much
Yeah.
love.
Thank you guys.
We'll see you next Sunday or something. I don't know. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.